So I used the Sensational Pre-Stretched 24-inch hair. These are the tools and the products that I used to get this hairstyle going. Now I'm parting the back because that is where I will have the 3 to 4 braids in the back, so that when I braid the straight backs down, I don't have any problems connecting it at the nape of my neck. And here I am pre-parting where I want my braids to start. So when I start working on them the next day, it'll be easier to see where I need to gauge my parts. And I did about 8 braids on each side. As you can see, I am done for the night. Whew, I had to wash and get everything prepped. Now, this is the day of getting started. So as you can see, these are the braids I'm adding to the back of the nape of the neck. And I did about 3 braids. You could do 4 if you want, but I didn't need them to be too small because you're really not going to see them. And I'm just feeding them in like you would do knotless braids. If you don't know how to do knotless, just braid however you can, box braids, and just add in a little bit of hair just to give it some length so it could be evened out with the cornrows once you start braiding everything back. So for each braid that I did, I added about 3 to 4 strands of hair. And you want to make sure you size the strands evenly so that the braid is about the same consistency for each braid. If you want it thicker, you would add thicker strands. If you want them thinner, you would add thinner strands. And if you want them longer, you would add more hair as you continue on to braid. We are on the last braid. Y'all don't understand. I went to the gym the night before and my arms were tired. Now it's time to get the cornrows started, and you want to start from the top on down over to the ear. And if you pre-part your hair like I did, take out the first 2 rows, the row that you're working on and the row beside it, to repart and make sure everything is even. And right now I'm just connecting everything to the back, which was already out. Thank God for this mirror because it makes it so much more easy to see everything. But, just try to part the best that you can. I am a perfectionist, so I do like for things to be almost perfect. It's not going to be perfect because this was my first time doing these braids this small. I've braided my cornrows before, but this was the first time I've ever done them this small. Typically, I do about 6 cornrows, but I decided to just switch it up and make it look like I got it done professionally. You're going to want to take your time braiding. The parting is the part that takes the longest. I would suggest you get a 3D mirror just like this because it would make it a lot easier to see what you're doing. And I'm just feeding in the hair as I go down because I do want it to be a little bit thick where my hair starts to kind of end off. So I just added a few more pieces towards the end so it didn't look too skinny, and so it could make it blend with my natural hair easy. Next time I do this style, I will make my strands thicker. This way I don't have to add too much hair, because I don't like it to be too long. Like, I don't like for any hair to be like butt length for me. I am 4'11", so I do like my hair to fall like mid back. Parting could be so tedious. Oh my gosh. If I had somebody that can help me part, I promise it wouldn't take as long for me to do my hair. But I'm using these clips. I would like to call them butterfly clips. They're real old school. My grandmother used to use these clips to like hold her hair up back in the day. But I do like to use these clips for holding any strands that don't need to be in the mix down. I bought a pack of these from the beauty supply, and it was about 5 in a pack. Great investment, I'm telling you, to help keep the flyaways out of the way. If you want any baby hairs, go ahead and leave those out so you don't braid them back. Okay, as you can see, we have about 1 braid left, and that is the corner ear braid. That braid could be a little tricky. If you don't leave enough hair around the back, it will fall short. So when you part, make sure you part towards the nape of the neck fairly thin when you're starting the braids from the middle over to the ear, because if not, you'll be left with a short braid behind your ear. And there are ways you can camouflage that by adding some extensions and connecting, but I didn't want to have to do all of that, so I just made sure I parted the nape of the neck fairly thin with the first few braids, so that I had enough to connect that ear braid all the way back. It was easier to do the other side. Now, my parts could have been a little better, but I was in a rush towards this half because I did have somewhere to go and it was already kind of getting late. So I tried not to spend too much time perfecting the parts, but here we are. As you can see, it's coming along. And I honestly was impressed. Once I got done with the first half and I laid my edges, I was like, okay, girl, we're on to something. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I tend to do this lip thing. Here I am doing it now. I can't help it, y'all. Please don't mind me. I'm going to make sure I work on not doing that in my next videos, but don't judge me. I do have a habit of licking my lips, and when I'm doing my hair. It's almost like if once I feel a little tension, I do that. But I'm going to work on not doing it in my next video because, yeah, it's not cute. And we are braiding and braiding and braiding. Whew, my fingers were tired. My arms were tired. Again, I went to the gym the night before. It wasn't the best idea because I did do some arm workouts with weights. My arms were sore. So, advice, don't go to the gym before you do your hair. You're going to be tired from standing up and from bending your arms. Okay, so here I am gauging where my braids need to start so it's even on both sides. I'm doing a lip thing again, y'all. Please don't mind me. I'm so annoyed with myself. But we are almost done. When I feed in the braiding here, I normally feed it in like midway through the braid. I'll start the braid off with my hair and then I'll start adding, like right here, I'll start adding the braiding hair. And that's just to give it a more natural look. If you have to add it closer up to the front of the braid, do as you please. There's no wrong or right way to doing this. Trust me. Thank God for this mirror. Oh my gosh. I'm going to leave all of the items and products that I use in the description below. And you can find this from Amazon and I'll leave the direct link so you can find it. I would highly recommend. It just made my whole hair process so much more easy with a lot of styles that I've done, not just this one. Before I was using a handheld mirror and I had to kind of gauge and guess where my parts were just from using my finger in my handheld mirror. But this really makes a difference. Here we are on the last two braids. Yeah, I don't know how happy I was. Like, oh my gosh. The closer I got to finishing, the more I felt like I did it. It's such an accomplishment when you finish doing your hair, even though it takes so long. For me, at least. But the end result is like payday to me. It's like, wow, I did this. And look at this, y'all. Oh my gosh. Yes, I was so happy with the way these came out. Oh my gosh. Ooh, who would have known? Here I am trying to curl some edges, baby hairs, grown people hairs, whichever you want to call it. I am not a baby hair expert, so it takes me a long time. I tried to straighten them, but even after adding the gel, it doesn't do anything but curl back up. So I was just trying to make it look cute like the professionals, but I am not an expert. So if y'all know any techniques, please let me know. After I tried to get a little curl on the end and I couldn't do it, I was like, you know what? Forget about it. Let's just gel this down so I can get out of here. I did start the braids at about 11 o'clock in the morning and I finished at about 5. My goal was to start at 9 a.m., but when I got up, I did start cleaning up. So, of course, that kind of pushed me back. But It will take you some time. If you have things to do, I would say make sure you get up early enough to not rush so the braids can come out neat, or do them the night before because it will take a couple hours, especially for the parting process. It's a wrap. Your girl is done. Thank you for watching and tuning in. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Bye.